Today I'm going to present and making a video blog in order to assess my leadership styles as well as discussing different factors that will help me to develop personally for the next 12 months. So firstly, to discuss what is leadership. It is the action and ability to lead a group of people within organizations. And our leaders are made or born. Personally, I believe leaders are made. Why? Because people can be trained and they can be taught to be a good leader. And a person can be form a very noble person, and in the future they can be a very capable leader as well. And we have 6 different styles of leaderships. The coercive leaders demand immediate compliance. The authoritative leaders mobilize people toward a vision. The affiliative leaders create emotional bonds and harmony. Democratic leaders build consensus through participations. Base-testing leaders expect excellence and self-direction. Coaching leaders develop people for the future. And these are the results that I've got from a few weeks ago of the SEI assessment for myself. And based on the results that I have got, I can clearly recognize what are the strengths that I have and weaknesses that I have to overcome in the future as well. So talking about my strengths, I can recognize the patterns, which means I can predict my own reactions and actions. I can increase empathy, which means I can connect effectively with the people around me and apply consequential thinking through decisions as well as I respect the other people's ideas, and I can be a very good listener. The weaknesses that I am facing right now, it is the pursue noble goals. It is aligning with my vision and goals. Navigate emotions. Sometimes I let emotion control me under some circumstances. And time management is the big issues that I am confronting right now. And the opportunities that I have is that I can be more qualified with the master degree that I'm taking. I can be exposed to different types of technologies, and I can experience to different cultures as well as first-time language skill within this hospitality industry. And the threats that I'm facing right now within this industry are the demands of people change very quickly, and the high competitions of new hotel brands are coming up, and also I have to pay for a very high fees for work permits in many countries all over the world. And the personal leadership style I think would best describe myself is the democratic style, because I respect and I'm willing to listen to other people, and I like encouraging participations and collaborations within the organizations. And whenever I work in a group or an organization, I always ask, what do you think about this and what do you think about that? And I want to get a consensus at the end, because when you get a consensus, the result will be very effective to everyone. And in order to develop the personal development plan for myself, I have to consider 4 different factors. The first one is the awareness. I have to be aware of myself. I have to know what I'm really doing, and I have to feel about the thing that I'm doing as well. And then I can base on the belief and the motivations of myself and take the right decisions and do the actions by setting goals or even do the SWOT analysis for myself, and then I can lead to the excellence at the end. And I set the business assessment and the goal for myself is that I personally to become a person who people will come to when they seek for ideas and advices. My goal is simple like this: becoming a capable HR editor of a well-known hotel brand. And how to achieve my goals Firstly, I have to pass my master degree, obviously, in the next few months, and after I will look for a position in HR department so that I can gain more experience about HR job. And I think in the future I will, based on the knowledge and the experience I have, I will step by step promote it to the highest level. And as I've mentioned before, I have the democratic leadership style and how it would help me for my future career. I believe democratic leadership will be very helpful for HR departments because you are presenting for a group of people, you are presenting for your employees. For example, if there is a problem within the organizations and there is a decrease in employees' performance, you cannot stay at one place and assume that everything will be fine. You have to go and seek for the answers. You have to ask your employees their ideas and opinions, what are really happening within certain areas, so that you can fix it immediately by getting their feelings and opinions. And whenever you come to your employees, you can ask them, what do you think about your job? They would be very open to you as well. And based on my experience, I've worked before in Sheraton Hotel in Vietnam. I've worked in HR departments, and I was called by directors for the weekly meetings. And I was surprised because the GM, he asked me for the ideas of how to make the innovations that they were doing at that time. At that time, I was just a trainee, and I was like, wow, why this? He asked me that kind of questions because he wanted to know my ideas. He wanted to get a consensus. He wanted to know the opinions of me. So I believe in the future I will be very happy to come back to Sheraton Hotel to work for them as well. And there are 4 different fundamental capabilities I have to consider as well. The self-awareness, the self-management, the social awareness, and the social skill. For the self-awareness, firstly, I believe to recognize patterns, to predict my actions, reactions, and to enhance emotional literacy, to identify and interpret both simple and compound feelings, and to accurate self-assessment. I can base on my SEI assessment to clearly see what I have to improve in the future. And in order to have the self-confidence, I believe motivations and the belief in myself are the most important factors as well. And for my self-management in the future, I believe self-control, again, to recognize the patterns is to predict my reactions, and consequential thinking, it means like to think of the result before making any decisions. And the trustworthiness, I believe that would be the commitment and the respect between the people. Definitely will create the trustworthiness. And the initiative, for me, I believe the flexibility is a very good start for myself. And the social awareness, how to create empathy. Just simple, like exchange the idea and the feelings between the people. And you can give the advice for them as for any failures. And organization or awareness, you have the relationships, you have the trust, you have the experience. Immediately you create the organization's awareness. And the social skill, I believe to have a strong influence to other people, you will be very strong and effectively leadership skill, and to have effective communications, especially to build up the relationships, to have the non-verbal communication, for example, like body language, eye contact, tones, and voice are very important factors as well. And how to manage the conflicts within the organizations. I believe, firstly, a crucial conversation will be very important when to use the crucial conversations when the opinions differ, when the emotions are intense, when the stakes are high, groups or conversations would be very effective. And you can ask for the opinions as well. At the end, you can build up the consensus easily and overcome the conflict. In talking about my 12-month personal developments, I set these goals for myself. 2 things that I have to improve for now, like time management and the public speaking skills. And why I want to improve my time management skill, because I want to be more productive in any work I want to do and to have less pressure for myself. And how to do it? I believe I would create the timetable clearly for myself and to do prioritizations such as prioritize the work which are more important to do firstly. And even I can set alarms for myself that to remind me in some case that I forget. And who will help me in this case? My friends, my teachers, and my family. And where will it happen? At the school, in the workplace, and also in my daily life. When is it? It's like the continuous process, like it starts from now until I think it will be very effective for myself. And the public speaking skill, why I want to have a good public speaking skill, is I want to have more confidence. I want to build up the image and the belief in people around me. So how can I do a better public speaking skill? I can practice every day by doing more and more presentations. And I can look at and follow my role models as well. So who will help me? My role models, my teachers, and my friends. Where will it happen? The school, as the workplace, the future workplace, and also in my daily life. It is a continuous process again. It starts from now, and until the time that I feel that I'm more confident when I stand in front of the public and I can speak very fluently. So, in overall, I believe that to have a clear vision and goals for myself, to be passionate in what I am doing right now, and to improve the weaknesses that I am facing, and foster to my strengths that I have in the future, and believe in myself are the very important factors that would help me to be a good leader, to be a capable leader in the future. Thank you for listening.